Hey everyone! Welcome to Currently Screaming with Ashlyn, a podcast where fangirl energy meets pop culture chaos. So we have a very special guest with us today, Stan Zimmerman.
Oh, it's me. Hi!
Yeah, it is you. Okay, but I have to ask you the question I ask everyone. What did you do in the entertainment industry?
What haven't I done in the entertainment industry?
That is true.
Would be more like it, yes.
You've done
I've done a lot and still doing a lot. Well, I thought I was going to be an actor when I was a mere tyke of 7 years old. That was my dream.
Okay.
I thought I was going to come to Hollywood. I went to NYU to study acting.
Oh, cool.
And then I met my writing partner there, and then I realized I couldn't audition. So the very first few auditions I had, I was so nervous, my face would literally shake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
That I thought the auditioners were going to, call an ambulance for me and take me to a hospital.
Yeah.
There was something wrong with me. And that's when I realized that maybe that wasn't the profession for me. I was super young, but I started writing during college between classes and after-school jobs with Jim Berg, who I met on the streets at NYU.
Wow.
And we both had this passion for television. Oddly, in high school, and a little bit before that, in my bedroom, I did what all teenage kids do that aren't out playing sports. I created my own TV network.
Yes, of course. That's like the creatives always find a way.
Find a way.
Yeah.
And I created my own network, and I made ads for the shows. I literally did 7 days a week programming and counter-programmed what the networks, the real networks, were actually scheduling.
Yeah.
I would hold press conferences in my bedroom because we had to announce, the fall schedule.
Well, of course.
Yes. And if there was a TV show that I liked or a performer, like I was obsessed with Lily Tomlin, and she would do occasionally a special every couple of years. I was not having that. I was like, Lily, you need to be on TV once a week. So in my mind, I created the Lily Tomlin, weekly variety show. Years later, I ended up stalking her, getting her a movie script. She got involved, and we became friends.
Yes.
And I actually got to tell her about my little TV show idea for her.
See, this is what I'm going to be like, you guys.
Yes. Well, now you do have a show.
I do. I do have a show, and I'm fantastic at stalking in the least creepy way possible.
Well, that's under discussion.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Before we
what
go,
made you talk to me? What made you?
What made me talk?
What made you stalk and find me to somehow get me here?
Because I met you at FanFest, so I knew that it wasn't just like I was reaching out to some completely random person. Like, you knew that even though we didn't talk much, I knew that you knew I was there.
Right.
So I was like, oh, he might say yes, he might say no. Might as well try.
What do I got to lose?
No, exactly. I DM'd a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
so I'm just
but
a lot of DMs. See, yeah.
No, but you're one of the only ones that said sure. You're one of the only ones that responded, and that was.
Well, I happened to drive right by, and so I just slowed down. Yes.
Yeah. But that made that meant a lot to me. But before we go any further, I have a little gift for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. I hope it
gift.
fits. Oh.
Can you guess what it is? Here, take it.
Vodka.
No.
Coffee.
Not what's inside, but what is it?
What is it? It's not a drone. Unlock and lock.
Have you watched Monsters, Inc.?
No, I've never seen it, actually.
You've never seen Monsters, Inc.? Okay, so
I think it's going to make a noise because or it's going to blow up with this button.
Just twist the top.
Which way?
Oh, just try to open it.
You can't.
No, you can.
You can?
Yeah. Why can't you open it? Wait, what?
Oh. But anything can go in here, right?
Yeah, so it's a Scream canister from Monsters, Inc., and I thought it was fitting for my show, Currently Screaming with Ashlyn. It's a Scream canister.
There you go.
That's also one of my favorite movies growing up is Monsters,
now
Inc.
I'm going to have to watch it, okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's just an animated, good...
Oh, geez. There's something in it, too.
There's water.
There's water? Okay.
Yeah.
We think there's water, okay.
Yeah.
But there should be coffee.
There should be. Well, I don't think hot. You
can't put hot in there?
Probably not. It's
Why not?
plastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a
will
water.
it keep it cold?
No.
So what does it really do? Just scream.
It just screams.
Just screams at you, okay?
It just screams.
Like the world doesn't do that enough to me. And now you're giving me this to
remind you.
Screaming. Yes, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Hopefully it goes off in the middle of the night when you're sleeping.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
So what made you want to get into television producing, writing, directing? all of that? What
It
made
was
you?
a calling. I had no choice to do it.
You had no choice.
And I tell that, and I heard that as an acting student. It's like, this business is so difficult that you have to really want to do it, and there's nothing else you want to do. And I knew that at age 7.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That
and
is
I
crazy.
was not understanding why all my other friends at school, you don't have your career picked out. I was so, I had a road, and I would, even when I would tuck my little sister into bed, and I would tell her stories, because like, go in and tell her a story that'll get her to go to sleep. And I would tell her stories about moving to Hollywood, being successful, and having a home in the hills. And now I have a home in the hills.
And now you have a home in the hills.
Isn't that crazy?
Fantastic. No,
so
that's fantastic.
what the idea of a creative visualization, which is you visualize what you want, and you go for it. And some people like write words down. Other people visualize actual real pictures.
Yeah.
And it's been crazy that a number of these things that I visualized have actually happened.
I know that's fantastic. I know, as for me also as a fellow creative, that's every time that happens, it's magical.
It is magical.
It's magical.
And it's not, it's weird for like a second, and then you go, oh, but that's right.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
It's meant to be.
And I feel the older I get, I listen to my heart, and my heart tells me things.
Yeah.
And when I really just go for it. Don't ask too many questions. Just a little, birdie here somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah.
And then I do it, and then it like, the fruits just arrive.
Yeah. So, what do you remember the first project you worked on was?
Well, you mean as a writer?
Sure.
Okay, sure. We can start there. Yeah. I would rewrite the plays that I was in when I was 7 years old.
Oh.
So I went to the summer theater school.
Yeah.
And they had the corniest plays written by this old man that ran the theater with his wife. And I was having none of it.
Right.
No. Can you imagine as a 7-year-old kid, not precocious at all.
Yeah.
But I would bring the scripts home like, I'm not doing this. It's like princes and kings and, all that insanity. So I was like, what can I do? What can I do to it? So I just started to do things that would make me get a laugh.
Oh.
And it would be either dress up as with funny costumes or shoes. Like I took my dad's Jack Purcell sneakers and I wore them as the king.
Yeah.
Which looked ridiculous, but it got a laugh.
Yeah.
And, and they were, the size, like half the size of my, double the size of my head. And the minute I heard that laughter, I just I knew I was home.
You were home?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Hearing that, and a lot of actors have had that do comedy, it really does send a jolt up your spine. And it's like, okay, if you listen to that and don't fight it, and luckily I had support from my mother, to follow that, and what did that mean, and how can I do more of that? And so, and then I realized I was gravitating towards comedy television shows, whether mostly sitcoms, or back then there were big variety shows, and I was just obsessed and would watch TV all the time. So I was one of those kids, I would come home from school, I watched a little bit. Dark Shadows was the show back then.
Okay.
Yeah, you know Dark Shadows movies. But it was a half-hour horror thing in the afternoon when I get home. I'd watch a little bit of that, do my homework immediately before dinner.
Right.
And that way I'd have all night to watch whatever I wanted.
Oh, that's
and
so
my
cool.
brother was the opposite. He would wait till my parents yelled at him, do your homework, do your homework.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm doing it. And then I could watch,
TV,
3 hours of TV.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
That's so, I know. That's, I love that.
So kids out there, do your homework.
Do your homework so you can watch TV.
Yeah, exactly. Or do TikTok now.
That's
That's what I do now.
I know. That's
home.
do you? I have not stalked you on TikTok yet.
I don't make a lot of TikToks, which I need to make more of. Maybe you can help me with that.
Oh,
but
I can
I
actually.
do watch a lot.
Yeah.
And that's how I've kind of just seen more of the news as I've given up on what they call legacy media of old news, because it just makes me so mad because I'm screaming at it. Because
me too. I get my news from, I know it sounds kind of weird. I get my news from TikTok. I always fact check it.
I do too. You have to.
But the immediate reactions usually from TikTok.
There's so many good news content creators out there.
There are.
That are breaking news stories. I mean, they're always, breaking news, but and then unfortunately a lot of the networks have let really good correspondents go, and they're creating a lot of news content as well. And also then the people are.
Yeah.
So if I'm when the protests were happening in
Right.
L.A., I happened to be there the first day. I did not start anything, but I was there at the beginning.
But you were there.
Randomly, I was going down to a museum, and I'm like, "What's that over there?"
Let me go over there.
Yeah, let me go over there. I smell pepper spray in the air. I think I'll go towards that. And I did.
Right.
It was scary.
No,
it was
yeah.
very scary. But then I happened to leave town the next day, and I followed, there were so many people there recording, and, now they're doing it in D.C., so you can really get eyewitness reports that's a little less filtered than if you watch, again, corporate media news. Someone's in there picking that. These people are literally
just showing us.
Just showing us.
Yes.
And so when people bitch about, online content, I'm like, it is raw. It is real.
It is. No, that's what I'm saying. I think there's a lot of, as somebody, obviously I didn't grow up with social media. Like, I think kids now grow up with social media. But when I was about 12 or 13, that I'd started. Yeah.
What were you doing before then?
I was playing outside. Yeah.
What were you playing?
I would play with my dolls a lot. I would play with I was a big Lego girl. Okay. Play with my Lego friends.
So you'd build Lego things?
I'd build Legos.
Like, what kind of things did you build?
My favorite was a cruise ship that I built. Super fun.
And then you went on a cruise ship.
And then I went on a cruise ship.
Yeah. You were visualizing us meeting on the cruise ship.
Yeah, no, actually, there's a crazy story behind the cruise ship too. I'll make it extremely quick though.
Okay. I'm timing it. Go.
No, I actually started school at University of Oregon. Something happened. I was there for 5 days, and I came home, and I remember everything was terrible. I was in a terrible place, and the first thing I told my mom was, I saw this thing on the internet about this Gilmore Girls cruise. Can we go on it? And she was like, yeah. And
were you a fan of the show?
Yes, I've watched it for the first time with my mom when I was 14.
Okay.
And I've watched it every year since.
And what made you watch it initially?
Well, because my mom wanted to show it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, there's this show I want to watch with you. And it was during COVID. I was like, yeah, I'll watch it with you.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. But it really, really clicked with me. And I just kept watching it.
Really, from the beginning?
Actually, no. The first time I watched it, I think I was still slightly too young, just slightly. And then I didn't watch it when I was 15. I got back into it when I was 16, and that's when I became mega obsessed. And then I watched it when I was 17, and then when I was 18, and now I'm 19. And so it's, yeah.
And when you say you watch it, you mean you watch the whole thing?
The whole thing, and I don't do anything else while I'm watching it. I'm very focused while I'm watching it. I don't do anything.
You're the only person in the world that doesn't do anything while they watch.
I don't. I'm very focused on the show. I don't like watching TV while doing things. So if I'm watching the show, I am watching the show.
Okay.
Yes.
And you watch it from season 1 straight to the end?
Yep. And it usually takes me about 4 months.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And then do you start it again in the fall like a lot of people like to do?
I start September 1st every year.
Okay. All right. It's coming up.
It's coming up.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah. So enough about me. Do you have a favorite project that you worked on, and why does that stand out to you?
I have many. I mean, there was the movie called The Ruthie Ruddock Story, which is stuck at Universal that has never been made yet. And so that means a lot to me because just thematically, it's about all different kinds of people having their liberation. It takes place in 1969. During the summer of 69, we found out that the women's movement, the black movement, and the gay movement kind of all coalesced at that same time. So that really intrigued us as writers, what was happening in the world. So we kind of stuck a suburban housewife at that time, played by Lily Tomlin, who kind of fell into that whole world. Of late, I've been wanting to marry art and advocacy together, which may seem odd as a comedy writer, but if you look back at even my episodes of Golden Girls and Roseanne, there was always some social commentary, consciousness about those episodes. So since 2018, I've been doing a production of The Diary of Anne Frank.
Oh.
And I decided to cast everyone in the attic with Latinx actors to make the connection of what was happening the first time of the child separation at the border.
Right.
Nobody knew at the time where we would be today with all of that.
Yeah.
And to me, it's even worse.
Yeah.
But at the time, people said you can't compare what was happening with Anne Frank with what was happening. And now people are outright comparing. So we've done 9 iterations of that play. We've gone to Vancouver to a theater festival there. We're going to do it in November at the Colony Theater.
Fantastic.
And it's been really wonderful. But it came up because I was watching CNN and found out about a Jewish woman in L.A. who was hiding Latina mom and her two daughters when her husband was deported by ICE.
Oh.
And that made me think of, we're literally living in the times of Anne Frank where people are hiding in houses.
Yeah.
And then in 2015, 10 years ago, I created a project called Right Before I Go. And a few years earlier from that, a very close friend of mine died by suicide. And as a comedy writer, I just couldn't process it. And he had left a note, and a few of us were mentioned in the note, but I couldn't get the note. So just to... wanting to figure out, I think a lot of people that have had this in their lives, it's the big question is why.
Why?
You want to figure out the why. So I was like, if I get that note, I'll find the why. But I can't get the note, so I'll start reading other notes. Maybe I'll learn something.
I can tell you what. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, maybe you can.
Yeah.
So I started reading like Kurt Cobain and Virginia Woolf and war veterans and kids that were bullied. And then something just like went ding, and I thought, wait a minute, what if I created a theater piece, kind of like vagina monologues or love letters, where actors are sitting on stools reading those notes?
Yeah.
And you could do it all over the world with a lot of rehearsal or one-day rehearsal. And so I created this play called Right Before I Go. It's R-I-G-H-T, but sounds like right.
Yeah, no,
writing.
Yeah. I really like your
Double
title.
Meaning.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it all over the United States.
Yes.
I've done it with very, very famous people, and then I've done it with high school kids and college kids all over. And I'm about to make my off-Broadway playwriting and acting debut.
Yes, you are.
Acting in it starting September 7th at the Tank Theater in New York City.
Yeah.
First week is Wendy Malick from Hot in Cleveland, Patrick Page from The Gilded Age and Hadestown, Malik Pancholi from 30 Rock, Peppermint from Traders and RuPaul. I mean, all these extraordinary people, I think, unfortunately, have some connection to that subject.
Yes.
And there's so much shame around it that this play, there are some laughs, and it's only an hour, and then we have a talk back with the local mental health professional.
That's good.
But as scary as people think, oh my God, it's going to be so heavy, it actually has so much hope. And to be in that room, and because in the play I'm so honest about being bullied and being spit on and wanting to end my life, I think it opens up for the audience to share their experiences.
Yeah, when you're honest about yourself, which can be hard, it really puts the other people in a more comfortable place. And then it just takes one person.
One person.
Yeah.
And I feel also when you come in with a sense of humor, and because now there's a narrator character, which wasn't initially in it, but I was forced to do it, not thinking it was going to be me playing it.
Oh, God. Okay, yeah.
I wasn't going to play it.
You weren't?
No. And then...
so that wasn't like that wasn't like an important position necessarily for you?
No, at first it was just the actors reading the notes and facts. And then my director said, you need to tell your story with your friend. Put that in there. We'll humanize it. And you'll add, some levity to it. Or humanity. And I fought it. I'd never written alone. I'd only written with writing partners.
Okay.
And I also didn't want to open my heart like that.
Yeah.
And then I did a couple of readings, and the character was just the narrator. And people say, it's you. It's like, okay, he's a writer. It's a sitcom writer. So finally it was like, okay, he's a sitcom writer who wrote Golden Girls and Gilmore Girls. And coming from that perspective of who am I as somebody, a funny writer, to tackle a subject that heavy and serious.
Right.
And the more I opened up, the truer the piece became, and became very vulnerable. And we were doing a reading in Orlando, Florida, for the first time, probably 9 years ago. And I said, just hire somebody old and funny. And they did. The day before the show, the guy gets a big paying gig, pulls out. And the director said, Stan,
it's you.
Get up there.
It's your turn.
It's my turn. I'm like, I couldn't do it. So we all sat down to read it. And my friend Mindy Sterling, from Austin Powers movies, she was in the show then. And,
my dad worked on that.
Oh, really?
That's like the main thing my dad worked on.
You need to get Mindy on this show.
I don't think my dad has connections with him.
I do.
Oh.
Stick with me, kid. Stick with me, kid. So we did the table read, and I got to the very beginning. I got to my friend's name, and I couldn't say it. It got stuck in my throat.
Oh.
And Mindy's taking my hand. It's okay, you're going to do it. And my glasses are filling with tears.
Yeah.
And I got through it. And
you got through it.
I've been doing it, and I still get emotional.
Of course.
10 years later.
Yeah.
I've done it over 25 times.
Yeah.
I think it shows the love I had for him.
Of course.
And the situation.
Yes.
And wanting to help people, like you were saying, if you can affect one person, if I can save one life, and I know I already have, just from emails I've gotten, then that's why I work so hard to get this play to New York and to other cities.
No, it's when I first went to FanFest, I was in a very vulnerable place, and I didn't know much about like my mom and I didn't. We were just like, oh, we're just gonna go. Like, we're just gonna go on this cruise. Like, I knew it was Gilmore Girls, but I didn't know like who was gonna be there. I was just like, we're just gonna go. And I remember my mom. I don't exactly know what happened, but somehow Jenny told my mom about what you did, like the impact that you've had.
And it was communicated to me, you know.
Oh, really? In the mental health community.
Yes.
And that made, like, I all of a sudden was like, no way. I was like, not only do I feel at home because this is Gilmore Girls and I love Gilmore Girls, but there's someone that understands exactly what I'm going through right now. And that was so powerful.
Part of the issue at the college?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. We can debrief that later. It's okay. You guys don't need to. It's supposed to be fun and lighthearted. It's fine.
But that's all part of life.
It is all part of life.
That we can laugh at one moment and then we can get very deep and heavy. And
no, I love conversations like that. I love conversations that are mixed with like really important topics, but also humor.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's very important.
Well, I think that's how you have to move through life.
Yeah.
And my mother said, my brother came out of her womb screaming.
Oh.
And I came out laughing.
Oh, really?
And I don't know. She said, you just have this disposition from the beginning. It wasn't anything in the world that I heard or learned, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I did in her body, but I don't think about that. Don't picture that.
No, I'm not. Guys,
yeah, it's like Golden Girls. Picture it. I think it's just who I was just inside of her. I just look at life and I can just laugh at things and enjoy things, even as heavy as they get.
Right.
So I give that to you. But so Jenny and Marcus Whitaker, who do the fan festival. So we did 1 year, a 5-city tour. It started just at the fan fest in Maine. We did a reading of it with cast members of Gilmore Girls doing my play.
Yeah.
And then Jenny said, oh, I booked 5 other theaters. I'm like, wait, what?
Wait, really?
Wow, we're doing this? So we're getting in the car, we're driving down, through New York, stopping in, different cities like in Delaware. It was so cool. It was intense going to each different communities, but that was like a dream come true. They gave me such a beautiful story and experience to take it to different communities. That's always been my dream. And one of the communities we went to, Delaware, one of the people that talked after the show was a man named Chris Locke, and he had lost his son to suicide at the University of Delaware. And so in his pain, he bought a house, and they started a foundation called SL24, Unlock the Light. And that house is available for any students to come 24 hours.
Oh,
That's why it's SL24.
Got it. Yeah.
Get it? And you can come, you can eat snacks, you can play ping pong, you can talk to people. There's a mental health professional there.
Whoa, that's
like how
crazy.
Great.
That's
like shouldn't that be at every college?
Yes,
and
it should.
Yeah.
Guys, it should be at every college.
Yes. And how great. And he's told me so many interesting stories. Sometimes he'd be looking out the front window and he'll see like a student walk by and not have the courage to come in. And like they'll go by 2 or 3, 4 times and then they'll come in. And then it's like, don't worry, you can do whatever you want here. You're in a safe space. And so I'm so glad that we're able to benefit that foundation through my play in New York. So money would be funneled to that. But it's such a great model. I would love to see that at every university in the United States.
In the United States. I know. We should make that a law.
Yeah, should.
Yeah. I would totally work on
As they're cutting mental health funding.
Oh, yeah. The
988 number. How about that?
Yeah, that's... if some people know how important that number is. It's a very important number, you guys. It's the same as 911. It's like getting rid of 911. You don't get rid of 911.
But now teens don't have access to it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fight that we just need to keep fighting for.
Exactly.
And we're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do it, you guys. So just
switching topics
a little bit. I'm so curious. Who would you say, was there anyone that inspired your craft? Like a main, like give me one person, like a main person that inspired your craft.
It wasn't one. I think Lily Tomlin and her just off-kilter sense of humor. I just, for some reason, as a kid, I'm just, where is that mind going to come up with that kind? It wasn't your normal stand-up, but up jokes.
Yes.
It was character-oriented.
Yes.
And I think I was like, wow, all these jokes are coming from her different characters. And it wasn't just, like, I loved Joan Rivers and she was funny, but she stood there and she just did like jokes. And then at the time, luckily, I grew up in the time of Norman Lear, and he had so many great TV shows on, from All in the Family to The Jeffersons to Good Times. And I just loved the way he also married art and advocacy, or comedy and socially significant issues. And it wasn't done preachy. It was just, that was the fabric of those shows.
Right.
It was, when you think of like an Archie Bunker, it was like putting a very conservative father with very liberal daughter and son-in-law. And then watch what happens.
Exactly.
So that was very exciting. I didn't think I'd ever meet the man. I was like, oh my God, he's turning 99, he's turning 100. Like, how can I get in a room and just thank him?
Yes.
And finally, I think he was 101. And someone
no
said,
way.
oh, he produced this little indie movie and we're all going to a screening on the West Side. Do you want to go? I was in my car so fast.
Oh, I bet.
I'm sure I probably was speeding, but I was I gotta get there.
I gotta be there now.
Now. And I was just like, and then there we are in the lobby of the theater talking about, he, did Maude and talking about B. Arthur. And so it was such a cool thing to have that dream fulfilled.
That's
and I
so
could thank
cool.
him
for
inspiring me.
I know. Being able to thank your who you look up to is the best. It's so fun.
And sometimes you go, oh my, you hear stories, don't meet your idols.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, you don't want that. But so many people I've met that I really respect have been just lovely to me and supportive of me. And even with like my play right before I go, I have like 5 actors that are getting themselves to New York to do the play, like Emily Kuroda, who I know, she's coming to do the play.
Yes, that's so. That's so fantastic.
And we've been wanting to do this play for a while.
Yeah.
And I just was like, a little something inside of me said, just text and see if she's going to be in New York then.
Yeah.
But her attitude was like, I'll get myself to New York. I need to do this play.
That's so fantastic. She's so
talented.
Cool. And talented.
And cool.
She's so cool.
And the second show I've written for her. We did a sitcom years ago that she was on.
Yeah.
And I loved her then.
Yeah. I know she's cool. She's nothing like Mrs. Kim, you guys.
No.
She's a lot nicer and funnier. And but that means she's a really good actor, because you have to be if you are nothing like your character, that really says something. Because I wouldn't be able to do that.
Of your range, yes.
Yeah.
But you've also interviewed Renee Bell. So I pulled a lot of the Gilmore actors that I didn't get to know while we were making Gilmore Girls, because we were stuck in the writer's room and we weren't really on set very much. I was lured into the show by Amy Sherman Palladino, who said, oh, I know you want to be a director. You'll come on the set a lot. There was so much dysfunction in the writer's room that we kind of had to stay in there.
Oh.
And so I didn't get to meet a lot of the actors until the Fan Fest. So I thank Jenny and Marcus for creating that environment. I'm like, oh my God, I love Renee. So I put her in some readings. And done that with many, many of the actors. Eris Alvarado is in my Diary of Anne Frank.
Yes.
Which you'll have to come see November 5th or 6th.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
You'll be there.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
So let's dive more into Gilmore Girls a little bit.
Okay.
So you tell us what seasons you primarily worked on.
Just season 5.
Okay.
So we had met Amy on Roseanne.
Oh, you met her on Roseanne. Okay.
Yes. So we were brought on. We turned the original Roseanne series down. Crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
They wanted like a 7-year contract, and we were just starting to develop our own shows, and we didn't want to get locked into that long of a contract. And then we, got very frustrated about writing a lot of pilots that didn't happen. And we loved Roseanne. From the minute I saw her do stand-up and the things she was talking about, and so then we really campaigned hard to get on the show. And we got on.
And you got on.
And one of the very first days we were in the writer's room, and there were 21 writers.
Whoa.
Normally there's like 10.
Yeah, 21's a lot.
It's a lot. And it was because Roseanne and her then husband, Tom Arnold, would hire a lot of their stand-up comedy friends because they wanted to give them jobs in insurance. So it would be people like Norm Macdonald and Lord Keitlinger that were not necessarily writers at that time, but were very funny people. So we're in this room. I think there were 20 in the room working on a Darlene Roseanne story and, kind of figuring out the beats of it for the outline. In walks this woman with the crazy top hat and fishnets. I think she was wearing that at the time. And it was Amy. I'm like, who the hell is that?
Who is this?
Yeah. And she walked in and the producer, Rob, pitched her the story that we were going to do. And she's like, no. Here's why. No. But she didn't just say no. She fixed it right then and there. But if we did this, and this, it would work. And my head exploded.
Your head exploded?
Yes, she's brilliant.
She is brilliant.
Really brilliant.
I saw her for the first time at Paley Fest.
Yeah.
And just being able to hear her talk about her craft was just incredible.
So imagine being in that room every day. So right after that, we broke for like a coffee break or whatever. Jim and I chased her down the hall to her office and just locked the door and said, who are you? You have to tell us who you are. We have to know you.
Yeah.
And we just became friends like that.
That's fantastic.
And then stayed friends, many years, went to her wedding, did a lot of stuff with her.
Yeah.
And then one day she contacted us and she said, can you meet me and Dan for drinks at the Chateau Marmont? Just down the street.
Just down the street? I've never been there.
You don't say no to that, and you don't say no to martinis with Amy Sherman. And so we went over there not knowing why. And she said she's been having a lot of turnover with writers and fighting with the network. And she would just like to have some friends around to just calm things down. Would we take a year off from our development jobs that we were getting all these great deals for to be on Gilmore Girls? And I thought my writing partner would say no. And in the car, he's like, let's do it.
Oh.
It's a year. I'm like, okay. Okay. And then they said, yeah, but you're starting on Monday, and this is Tuesday.
Well.
Okay.
No, I know that's exactly. I would say that.
We had only watched 1 or 2 episodes. So we had to watch 4 seasons.
Did you watch all of it in that?
Yes, but they were on video cassettes, so we had to get up and go put it in and out each one. You can't just go.
It wasn't on Netflix
skip.
yet, you guys.
No, there was no Netflix.
No Netflix.
And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to watch all these episodes. Well, by episode 5, you're hooked. I was just like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
The characters. And then I realized the whole grandmother, mother, daughter thing. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's kind of like my family.
Yeah.
I can relate to that dynamic. And
tell us more about that dynamic.
Just having my grandmother was like Emily. She was very regal.
Okay.
And she just thought she was better than other people.
Oh, that's
but
funny.
she had style and she was just super cool. And
Yeah.
I could always talk to her. And my mother was kind of more earthy and funny and was very ahead of her time as far as getting a divorce and starting over and going back to college.
Okay, girl boss.
Yeah, and then she was the original girl boss. And then my sister and my grandmother had a very interesting relationship. They were more similar.
Okay.
And I remember noticing that. So I was just loved where that story went, and it was so complicated. And when you write a pilot, it was so brilliant of Amy to create that Friday night dinner thing.
Oh, it's the best.
The minute that was in the pilot, I'm going, genius.
Genius, yeah.
You have to go there to get money.
Yeah.
So it's always surrounded by some kind of drama.
Yeah.
And then you're back in the house that you ran away from. I mean, that's pure gold. And it was. Those scenes were great.
Those scenes were fantastic.
And then Rose Abdoob ended up working there, who I went to high school with.
Oh, no way.
Isn't that just so random?
That is really random. That's so cool. So, the show is known for its super fast dialogue.
Which is why I'm talking so fast right now. Yeah.
Did that affect your writing in any way, your writing style?
Yes, you had to do more writing.
More writing.
Well, think about it. So our shows would be an hour per page. A minute per page. So that would be
a minute per page.
A minute per page.
Guys, that's
so
crazy.
That's 60 minutes, 60 pages, right? Would kind of be an hour show, right?
Yeah. So it would take you forever.
Gilmore Girls, it was 90 pages because you would go faster.
So
that's a lot more words, right?
Yes.
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 So that was a task. It was also just a different writing style. I liked that Amy took a lot of what she learned from sitcoms.
Mm-hmm.
So, like on sitcoms, you'll notice people come to in a room with a joke and usually leave a room with a joke.
Mm-hmm.
You probably never noticed that.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're saying it.
Yeah, and more multicam shows did that than single cams. And like Roseanne.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at like a Gilmore Girls, it was arced out that each scene kind of started with something funny and then arced out to the end where it kind of ended on like a joke or a visual, some bit of little humor.
Yeah.
So it kind of put like a little bow at the end.
Yeah.
And that was not done in most hour shows. So I think already when you're watching it, even if you're not conscious of it, you're going, oh, that felt good. It felt like it was like a beginning, middle, end of each scene.
Yeah.
And she was very big on arcs. And as was Betty Thomas, who directed the Brady Bunch movies. She was like, every character has to have an arc.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that was a...
Oh, it's a big writer's thing.
Yeah, I've not heard of it. See, this is I'm learning a lot, you guys.
Writing 101. Stick with this.
Yeah.
And what I loved that Amy did was, in most hour shows, you would plant something in the beginning of that hour, and it would be completed by the end of that hour. Not Amy. We worked on entire arcs of like the season. We cut it into 2 sections because there was 24 episodes.
Yeah.
So we would plant something maybe in episode 2 that we knew that would grow to in episode 7. So like, when is the first time you saw Logan?
Like season 4?
No, 5.
5, okay.
It was all in 5. But what episode? Like, he just had like a line or 2 at the beginning, right?
I don't know. I haven't watched it in like 8 months.
Well, you go home tonight and start with season 5. No, you can't do that.
No, I have, guys. I'm very OCD with watching it.
Yeah.
I have
You do it in order.
Yeah.
But we planted Logan as just some guy, and then she runs into him, and they have like a little exchange, and then it gets bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden they're at the newspaper, and he's there. And yeah. So that was really cool to do that.
Yeah.
And it just felt like very organic.
Yeah, for sure.
All the different characters.
So walk me through sort of what the writing process was like on that show.
Hell.
Also, would you always write in the script room, or did you ever go to like a
Starbucks?
No, like I don't know.
Luke's?
Like, did you ever go to like a location to make you like were you one of those people that like you had to be somewhere that made you, that like helped you inspire?
We were locked in the room.
You were locked in the room.
Locked in the room.
Was there windows?
Yes.
That's good.
I would look out the window and going, people are walking around and having a life. I'm not having one. Yeah, sometimes we would just like, we'll have to walk and get lunch. And they go, we'll order in. No. Let us walk across the lot to the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And that would be fun like in August, and it would be like 110 degrees in Burbank.
Oh, of course.
We'd walk through the Stars Hollow
outside,
and it'd be covered with snow. And you'd be like, should I bring a jacket? Oh, no, it's 108 degrees.
My dream date.
Yeah,
Cute.
There you go. That's what you would do?
Yeah.
Just walk through Stars Hollow in the snow. But when we would work on things a lot in the room together, but then when you go write your episode, when you see like our name on an episode, you would go off and write a first draft, and that would be in your office.
Got it.
And then you'd do that. But most of the time is spent rewriting or pitching stories within that writer's room.
Did you have a favorite character to write dialogue for?
I'd have to say Lorelai.
Really?
I mean, I also because I
Good answer.
Good answer. Perfect answer. I mean, I just love Lauren Graham. I think she is the coolest. I thought she was just beautiful. And I don't know if she knows this, but I created on the back door of our office, I started cutting up pictures. That was like probably creepy of her.
Oh, it's okay. There's actually,
I have a picture of it somewhere.
I have many photos of that woman in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And paintings.
So you know.
And drawings that I have drawn.
Yeah, so you're a little worse than I am, I think. Yeah. Mine was, I was fangirling out for her before I even knew the word fangirling.
Yeah.
I just thought she was great and the most beautiful woman in the world. And then we were going to, I think, the first table read of it. So that's another thing they do in sitcoms, in our shows, that you don't have a table read where you get the whole cast together to hear the words, which are so important for a writer. So we took the little cart on the studio lot. I'm sure you've seen pictures of people on those little carts. Yeah. So we're going from the office to because I guess it was hot. We couldn't walk. And I see Lauren over by her truck. Literally, she has a truck like in the show. I said to everyone, I'll meet you. I just want to go say hi. Like, why not, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I walk over and she's like smoking a cigarette and she's like, you can't talk to me. I'm like, why not? She goes, oh no, they don't like when actors and writers all, And I was like, let them fire me. I'm on a year contract. I'll go home tomorrow. I don't care. I get paid. And I think she kind of laughed and liked that I was just kind of had this rebel instinct. And we just hit it off like that.
You just hit it off.
And I just adored her. And I just think she's like just a comic genius, a great actor, a cool person. I mean, just everything.
You're living my dream. He's living my dream, you guys.
Everything you want her to be, expect her to be, she is that.
I have met her twice at her book events. And
And how was she there? What?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I cried the first time, and the second time I promised myself, I'm like, I can't cry because I want the photo to look good. And so I didn't. I have a sheet. I had her draw a heart for me. I have it tattooed on my arm. And I'm excited to get, I hope to get Kelly Bishop's heart, and I want to get the heart right next to there. So they're like together.
They're so good together.
They are so amazing together. I'm so excited.
So when we would do the table read, Kelly and Edward Herman were back east. So they would fly in over the weekend and start shooting Monday. So they would call in, and we have this box thing on the big table, and they would be reading their lines from the box.
Yeah.
Very Charlie's Angels. Yes.
Neat. Okay, sorry. I'm like looking at the time. We have 17 minutes left. So
oh my God, we better hurry. We got the book.
We got the book. So I'm gonna.
So many things.
I'm just looking at what.
Throw all your questions away. Just talk freely.
I'm just looking to see if there's one though that like I really want to ask, and then we're gonna pull the book out.
Yeah. Wherever you want to go, baby.
That's okay. All these are good questions, but they're not as the first ones were more.
We can do a part 2 sometime.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
No, sorry.
Wow.
I didn't mean
There's the door. Get out. Yeah.
No. Yes. If you, I don't want to pressure you into anything.
Yes, you do. I think you do.
I do, but like I also don't.
Okay.
Like I like the idea. I like the idea of boundaries.
Okay. But yet you don't mind crossing them.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that on your profile?
I should have that.
On your dating profile? Yeah.
It should actually, my dating profile says side quest queen.
Okay.
Which is exactly who I am.
There you go.
So yeah, let's dive into
your dating life.
Your book.
Now you're switching subject.
My book. Your book. Let's show the book.
There you go.
Fantastic. Maybe put it a little closer.
Closer to me, closer to
the camera. I mean, I'll insert it too.
There you go.
Yeah, so this is his book called The Girls from Golden to Gilmore.
And the line underneath it, stories about all the wonderful women I've worked with. And Roseanne.
Yeah. Fantastic.
There you go.
So,
let's see if there's some pictures. Sandra Bernhard.
So what did
Randy Sterling? There she is.
Oh wait, let me see.
I got her an Emmy nomination.
Oh no way!
You're very welcome. We went to the Emmys together. Yes, there you go.
Me
and Lauren Graham.
Oh yeah.
Taken just down the street.
So
this was she was kind of my date at the premiere. We had an opening night party of a Bravo TV show that I did.
Cool.
I was a reality host. Andy Cohen was my executive, a baby executive at the time. And it was produced by Sean Hayes, called Situation Comedy. And it was a contest reality show to find the next great sitcom.
That's so cool.
And so that was all during Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
So I had to I got the gig, and at first I thought they were pitching, Sean's agent called, and I'm going, Sean wants to be on Gilmore Girls? He was doing Will and Grace at the time. And they're like, no, we were calling about you. We want you to come meet to be the host of this TV show. Well, I loved reality shows, so I was like, okay. And I got the gig, and I had to go to Amy and ask her for time off. And I knew she hated reality shows, but she was actually really cool. And she goes, that's what you want to do.
That's actually, that's sweet, yeah.
Yeah, so I said, I'll be at work as much as I can. So I filmed this reality show over at Sunset Gower Studios,
cool.
where we did Golden Girls, from like 7 in the morning to 11, got in the car, ran over to Warner Brothers, did Gilmore Girls, took phone calls from the show during my breaks on Gilmore Girls, 6 o'clock, got in the car, ran back, and filmed that till like midnight.
Wow.
Went home, read Gilmore Girls scripts and scripts from the show and made notes.
Yeah.
I was never so happy in my entire life.
I bet.
You just find the energy.
You do.
It sounds exhausting, but I was so
happy. No,
happy, yeah.
with certain like for sure. I believe that sleep, like physical sleep.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't mean much.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean much.
I find when I don't have many things to do, I'll sleep more. And yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I know that's weird.
Your brain just kind of knows,
Yes.
It just kind of knows.
Keeps you energized. But I was being charged creatively on so many different levels, and it was really interesting. And so it was cool to share this experience with Lauren while I was on it. And she was one of the first people to say, and this was at the early stages of like online bullying and stuff. She was like, don't read anything online. She's like, she goes, I don't look at anything. And you can kind of see she's just slowly gotten into Instagram late.
She has, which I'm
slowly.
I remember so I have, we don't actually need to go. I'll tell you after. We don't need to get into that. Yeah.
I'll have the scoop. Yeah.
He'll have the scoop, you guys.
But she said that, don't look. And of course I'm like, I have to look. Yeah. So I'm going to look until I see something bad and, knock on whatever I didn't.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting from her point of view that you don't need to. But I like engaging with it. So
yeah, I
think it's important to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously not in a position where I am maybe I'm in the public eye now, but like not really. But like, but if I was in the public eye, I think I would want to engage as well. I don't know. Everyone's different.
It's also different from her perspective because she is an actor, and actors are known. She can't walk down the street, their face. They know, oh my God, wherever she goes, people know that's Lorelai Gilmore.
Yeah.
When I walk down the street, except at FanFest, which is very odd, so for 2 days, suddenly I'm like,
famous.
Famous. It's weird.
No, because you are.
But then when I go to friggin' Ralph's across the street, like no one cares who I am. No one knows who I am. And
that's kind of a good balance.
I guess so, yeah. So for me, I like to have these connections like at these fan festivals when I've done them for Gilmore or Golden Girls, when people come up and say, I hope I'm not bothering you, but would you mind if I tell you what the show meant to me? And that does, for a writer to hear that, it's so super cool.
Yeah, for sure. So speaking of writing, what
made I do this book?
Yeah, what prompted you to write the book?
Everybody kept saying, you're a guy. Why do you keep writing for all these women?
Because women are amazing.
And women are amazing. Yeah. And they've always been my best friends, from my mother to just all the wonderful women that I talk to regularly and have supported me and held me up at times when I didn't feel great about myself and still do.
Yeah.
And this is really Valentine to these women. And I feel a privilege and an honor that I can write these characters from my perspective. But also, I'm very big on, and in my directing style as well, the concept of putting your feet in the shoes of different characters.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's some Wizard of Oz damage. But you can really feel like what that person, you can't 100% feel it, but you get, I think empathy is a good thing. And right now in this world, it is demonized in a lot of places. But to feel how somebody else can feel, I think I want to get back to that.
Yeah.
That was a good quality.
It is a good quality.
It can never be 100%, but if you can feel just a little bit and think, oh, what are they going through? I just think you'll act differently.
No, for sure. I love that. I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry. Okay.
I threw you?
You threw me just for a second. So, as we know, this year marks the 25th anniversary of Gilmore Girls and the 40th anniversary of Golden Girls.
The premiere episodes, yes. All this fall. What would you say the similarities and differences are between the two? Because also a lot of people, like, every time I say I love Gilmore Girls, or people are like, Golden Girls?
Golden Girls? Yeah. And sometimes it's the other way around. So, like, do you see any similarities or differences between the two?
Well, it's a lot of women talking fast, loving each other at the end of the day. Different kinds of families, but still formed family versus... I think it's just a good thought to talk about. Just because you're born into a family doesn't make you a family.
That's true.
And so you see in Gilmore Girls them figuring out how can we connect as real family? And yet on Golden Girls, these 4 people connect in a beautiful way, and yet they have no blood ties. And so I feel like we're raised to think just because you have to love and get along with family members just because you're related to them. But I think it also has to be earned.
Yeah.
And
it does have to be earned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's just really funny writing, smart writing. I think with writing, it asks you to open your mind about new ideas, but also ideas you may not know. And I love, like on Gilmore Girls, all the crazy references that Amy encouraged us. And she didn't, give a crap about. I don't care if they don't know it; they'll look it up. And now you can really look it up very easily. And I think that it makes you think a little bit more. And I just think it's super fun. So I feel so lucky to have been in both those worlds, those characters, but also those actors.
Yeah, both
and those creators
shows.
From Amy to Susan Harris creating Golden Girls.
Yeah, 2 incredible shows. I mean, they're fantastic, and they've both made such headway.
And you're lucky in a career to have one of those shows, or even 2.
Right?
But that I was around season 1 of Golden Girls, and then around the 100th episode of Gilmore Girls, and still around all the magic that's happening with Gilmore Girls. I was lucky to have a grounding way to grow up. And so even on Golden Girls, as a young person, I appreciated every moment.
Yeah.
And I still do that on Gilmore Girls, and I appreciate that this legacy is going and that I can be just a teeny tiny part of it.
Yeah. No, you're more than a teeny tiny part of it.
All right. A tiny part.
He's a big part of it.
Yeah, okay. Right.
I mean, I didn't know you've been going to FanFest every year. That's a big part.
And it's a big commitment. But it is a big commitment. With FanFest, it's so beautiful. These people have become my friends and part of my family. And a lot of them will follow me when I do plays. Yeah. Like Ella Spice just came down to a little town in Virginia for the second time to see a play of mine.
That's fantastic.
So we really do support each other.
Yeah, we do.
I don't take any of that for granted. I feel so lucky.
I know. I'm so happy I found that. I feel like I found this little tribe, and I feel like
just wait till October.
Connecticut, you guys. Yeah. I also hope to do a little segment there. Hopefully, I don't know. I have to talk to Jenny about that. But hopefully, you guys will get to be part of the magic as well. If you can't make it, of course.
Spread the love.
Spread the love. Yeah. Yeah, so it's been fantastic chatting with you.
Thank you so much for stalking me and finding me.
Of course.
In town, and that we're both here at the same time and could do something like this.
Yes, of course. It's my specialty. But no, seriously, thank you so much for, taking a shot and coming on this new show.
I'm very excited for you, and I can't wait to see where it all goes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and comment your favorite moment below. Check out my social media pages at Currently Screaming with Ashlyn. If you'd like to be a guest on my show, please visit my website. Stay screaming.